Now we will see how to solve a problem on isometric projection. Go to application menu, select new, select the existing class template. It is given that a cylinder of base diameter 40 mm and height 50 mm is placed concentrically on a hexagonal prism of base side 40 and height 50 mm. Select object layer, go to polygon, enter the number of sides as 6, select edge method, then move the cursor so as to place the hexagon in the required position, type 40, the side length of the given hexagon, then place the hexagon in the required position. Draw the corresponding front view of the hexagon. Move the cursor upwards, type 50 corresponding to the height of the hexagon. Then draw a circle at the center of the hexagon. The height of the cylinder is 50 mm. Then select axis layer, go to dimension layer, before drawing the corresponding isometric projection, enclose the hexagon within a box. Measure the dimensions of the box along with the position of the 6 corners of the hexagon from the corners of the enclosing box. Select projectors layer. There are two methods of obtaining the isometric projection. The first method is making use of isometric drafting. The second method is making use of polar tracking. Switch on isometric drafting. There are three isoplanes: iso left, iso top and iso right. Now the cursor moves in iso left plane. In order to move from one isoplane to the other isoplane, use the function key F5. Now the cursor is in the iso top plane. By being in iso top plane, first reproduce the enclosing box. The horizontal dimension of the enclosing box is 80 mm. The vertical dimension is 69.28 mm. Then transfer the 6 corners of the hexagon onto the box. Go to arc by center start end method. Switch off ortho. Arc radius as 20 mm. Hold control key for the arc to move in opposite direction. Select object layer. Select the intersection point. In order to exactly snap to the intersection point, hold control key, right click on the screen, select intersection. Exactly snap to the midpoint of this line. Hold control, right click on the screen, select midpoint. Control, right click, then switch off isometric drafting, switch on ortho mode, select copy, select the 6 sides of the hexagon, select a suitable reference point, move the cursor upwards and type 50. Use copy again. Then select the hidden sides of the hexagonal prism. You can retain them as thin line or totally remove them. Construction lines can be retained as thin lines or else they can be deleted as well. Use move command and place the hexagonal prism in proper position. The other method of obtaining isometric projection is by making use of the polar tracking angles. Right click, go to tracking settings, set the increment angle to 30 and additional angles to 90, 150, 210. Then say OK. Switch on polar tracking. Enclosing box of the circle of diameter 40 mm will be a square of sides 40 mm. Select projectors layer. So wait for the track lines. Type 40, press enter, move the cursor, wait for the track line at an angle of 150 degree. Then construct ellipse by suitable method. Control, right click, snap exactly to the midpoint. Select object layer, go to arc by center start end method. Hold control key. Select copy command, then select the ellipse, select suitable reference point, move the cursor, switch on ortho mode, move the cursor upwards, type 50. Then delete the construction lines. Control right click, select tangent, then trim off the hidden lines in the cylinder. Then use move command, move the entire cylinder such that before moving the cylinder onto the top surface of the hexagonal prism, draw the axis line of the cylinder. Then draw the axis line for the hexagonal prism. Move the entire cylinder such that center of the base coincides with the center of the top face of the hexagonal prism. Then trim off the hidden lines. The sides of the prism and cylinder in the isometric projections are in ortho dimension. Convert them into iso dimension by making use of the command scale. Scale the entire view. Select any one suitable reference point and type the scale factor as 0.8164. Then place the corresponding isometric view in the proper position. Switch on line weight in order to view the thickness of the lines drawn. This completes the solution on isometric projection.